So we haven't actually.
Now we're live.
Now we're live. All right, welcome to the ABC show.
I was
I'm
going to
Attila.
say that.
I'm one of the hosts, I guess, Attila, and this is.
Bryan.
He's getting better at saying his own name.
I forgot it last time.
That's right, that's right. Okay, so we want to start off, actually say Happy Labor Day to everyone. I hope you're enjoying this goofy weather here in Pittsburgh. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the world and country, but Pittsburgh, it's humid, and I don't know, now it's sunny, but 20 minutes ago it was rainy, so it changes.
Also, if you're having an awful Labor Day, then awful Labor Day.
And hopefully it gets better with the last remaining, I don't know, 6 hours.
Well, it depends on who you are. If you're a really terrible person, I don't hope it gets better for you.
You know what, I hope it gets worse. Does, and I hope it brings a bright light to your life, and you like turn around, turn.
There's too many people in this world anyway.
Huh?
So maybe if they just get sad enough and evil enough.
Maybe there's just the right amount of evil to keep shit messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To keep things running in the correct order.
Yeah. Correct.
Sure. Yin yang.
Yeah, that's right. I would like to send my condolences to the Fink family. They were friends of mine. I actually went to high school with Connie and Gary. Their mom passed away this morning, so my condolences, all my best wishes to them, their family, and loved ones. And, I can relate. It's never easy to lose a loved one. And on a happier note, I do want to wish Bryan's mom, Colleen, a happy birthday. It was her birthday, on Saturday?
The 30th. Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah. So how was it? How was the birthday? You were there.
I was working.
You were working?
Yeah.
All day?
Pretty much.
Pretty much? So.
I don't remember. I have a very short memory span.
And at such a young age. Did you guys do anything?
I don't even remember how I got here. Where am I?
This is not my beautiful life. So I don't know. I saw her post something about a motorcycle accident or something happened.
Yeah.
What was the deal?
I was
with that?
on the way to work. We were coming down this road. It was a bend, and then there's actually like a gravel road that connected to it. And as we were coming around the corner, there was a motorcycle coming the other way, and I guess he just lost control and hit that dirt road and just flipped over.
Nice.
Yeah. Nobody else stopped. We stopped because we're good people.
Nobody else stopped. Sounds like I flipped my chair in L.A. Everybody just kept driving.
Maybe late for work, but I'm a human before an employee, so.
Well, that's true. That's true.
It's nice.
Was the dude all right? I guess. I'm assuming it's a dude because 9 out of 10 times it is.
Yeah, it was a guy.
Motorcycle. He's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His motorcycle's still there. I just drove past it today.
What was it, like a cruiser, speedster? Pocket rocket?
Yeah, it was like an old crappy one.
Yeah, was it? Okay. Well. The best to him, I guess, and his new knees or whatever he had to get redone. Good for him. So other than that, I guess, did you guys do a little party or anything?
For the guy that crashed, yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
We had a party right there. Haha.
Nice. For Colleen, jackass.
No, she came into the diner and ate some free food.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Cool. Well.
At least I think it was free.
Happy belated. All right. So.
It was pretty boring birthday. We didn't really do anything.
Here's my thing. Here's what I had on the docket. Last Wednesday, I went down. First, I went down to the Great Race, to City Hall, I guess, and the City County building, whatever. I went into City Parks. It took me a while to find it, man. I was like all over the place in there, but eventually I found it, and I spoke with Bryan. His name was also Bryan, but with an I.
There's more than one person with the name of Bryan
there are lots of people named Bryan. In fact, the ones with Y are
I know at least
woodwork now.
I know at least one.
At least one?
Including me.
Nice. But anyway, so I went down to speak with Bryan, and after about 10, 15-minute wait, he came out and we spoke. My issue was that they say they allow hand cycles and wheelchairs, and they have last year. There was a kid in there, Mike, who managed to crash his wheelchair when he was the only one riding. And, so they do, but they don't at the same time. They have it set up completely wrong where they include hand cycles and wheelchairs in with the runners, and that's not the way it is. That's not how you do it, because we don't race against the runners. We usually start 15 minutes to 30 minutes before the runners, and we finish really fast. So we're in, we're out, boom, we're gone. So you don't include us in the 1,600 or 16,000, whatever amount of runners you have, and that's but they include everybody in this thing, right? So not only that, but they don't let anybody know that it's open to wheelchairs. And in fact, over the past couple of years, in 2010 and
So you're saying
11,
there would be a lot more people there if they did?
I believe it would be packed because the Great Race is a very fast track. I mean, out of the 6 miles, is it 6 miles? Yeah, 6.2
I don't
miles.
know.
Yes, it's 10K, so it's 6.2 miles. Literally about 85% of it is downhill or flat. Or if it is uphill, it's like mildly uphill coming off a downhill, so you don't even notice the downhill.
Just use the momentum.
Absolutely, man. So I think it's a track that, some of the top racers in the world could do between 15 and 20 minutes. But they don't advertise it to anybody, so you don't know about it. And like I said, in 2010,
Well, we're advertising it right now. So
we are
good.
now, and that's why we're going to make a issue out of it. But in 2010 and 11, I actually called and I was arguing with them over and over to let me race. I just wanted to run it. That's all I wanted to. I just want to do it, man. And they keep giving me the same cockamamie excuses. Even this time around, afterwards, after they already told me that they're packed, they said that it has some tight turns and it's like the same excuses, same lame excuses. They don't have any interest from wheelchairs, and of course they don't because they don't let anybody know that they're included. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, we're technically not exclusive, but we're not really going to tell you about it, So one of those deals.
I'm trying to think of a good analogy for that.
Yeah, well, that's about the best I can say. Like I said, it's technically they're within the law because they're not excluding us, but they set it up so that nobody knows about
We'll
it.
use that as an analogy for later.
What's that?
For when something similar comes up.
Yes.
That'll be the analogy.
So anyway, so I went down and I spoke with Bryan, and he seemed like a really cool guy, actually. He was a younger kid, I'm guessing probably mid to late 20s, somewhere around there. And seemed like a pretty, that fan's bothering you, isn't it?
Keep going.
I was just wondering how long that would take. So anyway.
I'm waiting for a chance to...
No, that's actually a whole lot better, to be honest with you. Oh, yes, much, much better. So, now you unplug my headset again.
That's fine.
Keeps doing this to me.
I don't care.
As long as you can hear me, right? You can hear me?
I can hear you. They can hear you.
My mic's on? All right. So anyway, ow. There we go. Yep, you had it perfect. There, perfect. So,
We don't want to get into this again.
Right. Okay, so I went down and he came out and we got to talking, and now today is Monday, September 1st, right? And this was on Wednesday that we spoke. He said that Tuesday, coming up tomorrow, because they got my 12 messages that I left, But and they're always like, oh yeah, we were gonna get back to you, but we're busy, and I'm like, I understand. That's why I'm here, so you can't, you don't have to worry about getting back to me. So he said that tomorrow they're having a meeting and they're going to vote on whether or not they're going to allow us to race in this September 28th upcoming race in 4 weeks from now. And I'm like, look, it's even if you decide you don't want to really let anybody go, I give my credentials. What's the word I'm looking for there? Basically, I won the Pittsburgh Marathon. I've been in other races. I've done
Your
this,
resume.
done that. So yeah, my resume. Right?
Those are credentials.
Credentials, yeah, that's what I was looking for. So I'm like, look, man, if you're gonna have somebody test the track for you, I'm your guy. All right? Oh, now the dog's barking. See, we wouldn't have heard that with the fan on. You're dying to shut that door, aren't you?
I don't want it to get any hotter in here.
I know. It's very humid. It's really humid here. So I gave him, I went down the spiel. I even told him, I said, look, I will wear my GoPro, which I did the Pittsburgh, Pedal Pittsburgh. It was just not yesterday, but a week before yesterday, right? Today's Monday, yeah, Sunday. Not yesterday, but the week before. So, which was 62 miles of just uphills, and we were doing all the hills in Pittsburgh, and I wore my GoPro. So if you want to see it, you've got about 2 hours of it that I uploaded to my YouTube page, or you can actually see it on my website too, which is just my name, AttilaDomos.com. You can find all kinds of stuff there, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, so I told him, I said, look, man, I will wear my GoPro, and I will film the track for you. So, what the hell? How many dogs do we have in the neighborhood? They're all out now?
That's fine. It adds ambience.
Yes.
Without the fan, we need something.
That's right. and I will wear it, and I will record the track for you. You can put it on your website, and it's free of charge. I'm not going to charge you anything for the work. Just let me race it. He's like, well, it's up to the meeting. And I even offered my services. I said, look, what we can do is you can sit down with me, and I will show you how to set it up properly next year. And from there on out, where you don't run into these kind of issues, where all of a sudden, like, well, no, we can't, we don't really have people in wheelchairs because they're not interested, or because the roads are too tight, or whatever. Which is all BS, by the way. I mean, the roads are just fine. I think if I can run the Pittsburgh Marathon and finish without wrecking and win it, I think I can certainly handle a 10K running from Squirrel Hill to downtown Pittsburgh. So basically, it came down to he appreciated me showing up, all that good stuff, blah blah blah, and they're going to have a vote tomorrow, and it is they're going to vote on whether we can race this September 28th or not. So what I'm asking you guys, if any of you see this, before tomorrow, if you're watching live, or if you happen to see it like later or whatever, before September 2nd, or actually even on September 2nd, could you type this in, the phone number for them, or should I just give it?
I'm on it.
Okay, thank you. The guy's name is Bryan Katz. Do you have the info? Actually, you should have it. Oh, there it is right there if you want to copy and paste it.
You just keep talking.
Okay. So anyway, his name is Bryan
it out.
Katz. Cool guy, Bryan Katz, and his number is 412-255-2493. You'll probably be asked to prompt 1, to speak to Bryan. Just leave a message, like, whatever. It'll take you 30 seconds to do, and just tell him that, you want to race in the race if you happen to be in a wheelchair, and if you're not, that they shouldn't be exclusive, and they should just open it up to everyone and allow wheelchairs to race. Because, this is, 2014, right, we're in? So I think there's like a whole ADA and all that, ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, and all that stuff. So there we go. Yes. Now it looks like they're calling Bryan Katz for the ABC show.
We should just call this Test 3.
So
yeah, you're right.
Yes, what you see there, the ABC show, that's not Bryan Katz. Bryan Katz is actually the director at City Parks, and he runs the Pittsburgh Marathon. So call that number, 412-255-2493.
You don't need to say it. It's right there.
Yeah, I'm saying it anyway, though, just in case. Yes, right down there, those numbers. Hey, dogs, huh? They're making their call right now. And just let them know. Let them know that, hey, come on, get with it, people.
Tell them that we sent you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, tell them that we sent you. That'd be awesome. It'd be like the ABC show. Uh-oh.
What's that?
Okay, so, all right, we could probably take that off now.
Keep his name before we get sued.
Yes. But I want to give a big thank you out to, what am I doing here? Oh, the Pittsburgh Adaptive Sports Network, and my man Larry there, who actually went on the go for us, and he put out the word. I can type whatever I want.
You weren't supposed to bring it up.
Because they can't see it.
Oh yeah, they can.
Oh, okay. Why don't you put in a link for the PASN? It's the Pittsburgh Adaptive Sports Network, and they're actually their mission here, their core mission is in helping advocate for adaptive sports and recreation. They're actually a really cool organization. Larry's a very cool guy. He does kayaking. I'm sure they do a whole bunch of other stuff too, but kayaking was his main thing, and he may have missed the show today because I know he said he was going to be out on the water. And probably actually would be kind of nice to kayak now, wouldn't it? We're going to have to do that.
Because it's hot out?
Yeah, well, shit, yeah.
While it's still hot out?
Well, it's like, yeah, I don't want to kayak when it's like 20 below.
I'll do it.
Well, I will too, but I'll be complaining the entire time, like it's freaking cold. What's with the dogs out there? Why are they so angry?
I don't know.
There's something going on.
Maybe
It's not like the mailman's not coming through.
Maybe they're watching.
Yeah.
They're just really mad that we won't talk about something else.
Mention us. I don't know. I know 2 dogs in the neighborhood, Noodles and Shelby. So there it is. Shout out to those neighborhood dogs. I don't think either one of them are barking though, because they're bigger dogs. They're not like yip, 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 yip. It's always the little ones that yap. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now we can talk about whatever the hell we want. We've touched, We've started at the beginning of things. So I guess Nick, before he fell off the face of the earth, somewhere, he sent us what? There was like a panda that like faked.
A panda. I'll just Google it.
Okay. It's actually a funny story.
Wait, don't you have the power of Google?
I do, but you know, I'm the mouth man. I'm just like the entire time while you do stuff. So
We're
I get,
still working on
yeah, we
this.
are working on this. So
It'll get better, maybe.
maybe I think it will. I think we're gonna do just fine. I think we will take over the world, and maybe we can take over for whoever takes over for David Letterman. Who is it? Is it? It's actually what's his name? Stephen Colbert, isn't it? I think he's taking over for David Letterman, which is a great fill-in. I mean, I love Stephen Colbert. I love his show. It just cracks me up.
A clever
Ah,
Chinese
here we go.
panda fakes pregnancy for more bamboo, air-conditioned room.
That's actually hilarious. Oh, wait a minute. Go back. We got to go back to our screen
Why?
because I don't think we put in the link for the Adaptive Sports Network. Do we? Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, never mind. He's on it. He's on it. These young kids today, you know. So anyway,
I don't remember doing it, but
I don't either. That's why I thought you forgot.
I thought it just happened
Maybe,
naturally.
maybe it did. Mysterious ways, man. So this clever Chinese panda fakes pregnancy for more bamboo. Air-conditioned room. Zookeeper. Man, I'm ready to fake pregnancy. It's hot in here. That is freaking hilarious. I mean, how do you think of that?
6-year-old panda at a Chinese zoo. Get out of here. Due for birth on live TV, but the show was called off when zookeepers learned that she wasn't actually pregnant.
At least you didn't blame like a professional athlete.
Shouldn't they test that?
Yeah, you would have thought, but then again, who would think that a bear is going to fake a pregnancy? I mean, that's kind of a leap of faith. I don't know what that says about bears, though. I mean, I would say that that panda is pretty damn intelligent because he just pulled the wool over, you know, all these Chinese people. Could have used Chubb right there.
Yeah, yeah,
His
yeah.
drumming. All right, let's go back to the screen,
Cool.
to the other screen. So anyway, I just thought that was like a hilarious little segment there, you know. So, man, the humidity. So, anywho, so
I mean,
what are we going to talk about
like,
now?
That's a pretty intelligent animal to be
That's a
able to
very
do that.
intelligent animal.
I wonder the legitimacy of that story, or if it's not just, you know, something somebody made up.
Oh, you think it might be? You think the Chinese make up something? No.
I mean, it was
Because every
going
other
to be
week they come out with
broadcasted. It
something
was
like
going to be
saying, you know,
broadcast
we got a
on
cure
live
for paralysis.
TV.
Say what?
They could have just easily lied about that.
They could have. Yeah, it could be a phony story, I suppose.
It gets a lot of attention, you know. Oh, this panda's about to give birth, but then they say no, it was just faking its pregnancy to get more bamboo. Now we're popular, and we don't have to show that birth that we were promised.
Yeah, I think you're right. Could very well be a phony hoax. I mean, like I said, you know, weird things. It's amazing how many hoaxes come out of China and stuff. You know, like I said, especially when it comes to cure for paralysis. Like I swear to God, like on a weekly basis, it's like, oh, we found a cure for paralysis. Then you find out that no, they didn't. they just keep coming up with these stories. Like they've got, I don't know how many times they've been cured, you know, but it's all the terrible lie, you know. So I don't know. We'll see whatever happens. But
It would be an interesting story, though.
what, the paralysis or the panda?
Both.
Well, yeah, I'll be really excited about the paralysis thing. A friend of mine was telling me, actually, and I saw somebody post this on Facebook. They said that they found like a cure for paralysis. I mean, I get kind of bored of the stories. Don't get me wrong. I think eventually it will be cured.
I just don't believe anything I read ever, even if I wrote it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe you typed that.
What, that?
Yes, that.
Well, you didn't.
Well, I didn't. No,
Maybe you did. Who typed it?
I don't think I did.
Maybe
I
it
know
was
I
Nick.
didn't.
Maybe he's really here this whole time.
Maybe that would be kind of crazy. All right, I'm closing my laptop. So, what the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah. Eventually, I mean, they will come up with this paralysis story, right? This one. So, according to my friend, the way he explained it to me, and I didn't read the story myself.
Paralyzed, pregnant pandas.
No, apparently, it's not just. There isn't just one central system in the brain that operates all your nerves in your body. Apparently, they found that down by the below the L section, it's like the way the spinal cord is like you have your cervical, then thoracic, and then lumbar down below. And then after that, the lumbar kind of turns it into what is referred to, and I don't know the Latin name, but it's the horse's tail, right? And down there, apparently, there's another brain, for lack of a better term. that works with your actual brain up here. And what happens is when you have your injury, it loses the signal, gets weakened as it goes down there. Now they found a way to either inject something or something to that effect that strengthens that signal, and was actually able to make a person walk. Now he was a younger guy from what I understand, and I'd imagine they usually would be. But I think this is the first time I heard that somebody got cured of paralysis who didn't just get paralyzed like last year. You know, because usually, like, the way paralysis works. Oops, sorry about that. Usually, the way paralysis works is whatever you get back in the first 6 months to 12, maybe 18 months at tops, is what you end up with for the rest of your life. Believe me, I mean, I don't know anybody who worked harder. I mean, they never worked as hard, but not harder. And you know, whatever you get back, that's what you get back, no matter how hard you work. And I'm not telling people not to work hard because whatever comes back comes back. But you know,
or just lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah, right. You know. But anyway, so anytime they've always found a cure in the past, it's always been somebody who's been paralyzed during the time where they could have made a recovery anyway. You know what I mean? If it was possible. So this is the first time that I've heard where I think this guy was paralyzed for like 6 years or 8 years, something like that, that my friend told me. So, you know, it's like the first story I actually heard where I'm excited, and I'm like, well, this is actually pretty cool. This sounds like it may be leading to a cure for real and not just more BS, you know? Because, I mean, I get tired of reading, like, all these stories about how this rat got cured and that rat got cured, and I'm like, man, if I were born a rat, I would have been cured of paralysis like 1,000 times already. It's good to be a rat, unless you're fed to a snake. So that's the downside. So
I thought there were no downsides to being a rat.
Being a rat?
Just look at Templeton.
Well, you end up looking like Nicky Lauda looks like a rat. He's a race car driver.
They cured Templeton of his eating disorder.
Huh?
Templeton?
Who's Templeton?
What was that movie?
I don't know.
Templeton the Rat.
Oh, it's a movie. He had an eating
movie
disorder?
about a pig.
Movie about Charlotte? Charlotte's Web?
Yeah, Charlotte's Web.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
That's his name, right? Templeton? He was a rat?
I don't remember. I remember the spider that wrote... What did that spider? It wrote out something.
What was the pig's name?
I think you're right. We'll go with that. See,
Movie
if
was
we had a
about
live
pig.
show where people can call in, they could be like, Templeton, idiot.
Exactly.
I think our callers would be abusive to us.
Probably.
Wouldn't be abusive.
You know, they're hiding behind...
Anonymity.
Yeah.
Anonymity.
So you're saying there's like a brain down by your lower back?
Yeah.
So
It may not be a brain.
So
but
that's why we
it's
call
it's
people
like
assholes, because they think with that brain instead.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, so that's exciting for me. Anyway, I mean,
Way to think with your ass.
Way to think with your ass, as opposed to the front side. Most of us think with the front side. Women do too, but they don't like to admit it.
I liked Louis C.K.'s stand-up where he mentioned that. Just go watch it.
Oh.
It's on Netflix. Go watch Louis C.K.
What's it about? Well, he's got a lot of things. I mean, you put in Louis C.K., there's going to be like hours and hours of stuff. He's a funny dude, by the way.
So he was talking about just like how men are so stupid for thinking that women just don't want it as much as men do. When it's really like, you know, when a guy has sex, he gets to have sex with a woman. When a woman has sex, she has to have sex with a guy. I don't know.
It's not as fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, I dig, you know. But, yeah, no, it's true, man. I've said all along.
You just gotta watch
There's no
the skit
shortage. I mean,
because
women
the
just want it just as bad.
entire like.
Was it a skit?
line
Like, was it a skit
hilarious.
or was it the actual, like,
No, yeah,
one
it was-
of those half-hour shows?
Yeah, it was stand-up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess he does have
I
stand-up.
kind of like his
in
stand-up
show.
better than his show. I mean, his show is okay too, and some of it's really funny. Like especially when he introduced his daughters to his mom. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
And like she turned out to be like, you know, she was born in like 1910, so she was all like racist and shit. And he's trying to explain to her why she's dropping like the N-word all over the place.
It's warm in here.
Just a little bit. But yeah, so that could be a funny show. Oh man, I'm loving this weather. I dread winter. I do have to say.
So
I can't wait until we have guests. That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, that will be exciting. We'll have things to talk about. So
We
anyway,
will have guests.
anyway,
We're still kind of like feeling out the process here right now. So.
have you ever heard the song Prison Blues? Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash.
No.
No?
I'm not really a big Johnny
Well,
Cash guy.
that makes this story a whole lot less interesting, I guess. Anyway, Folsom Lake.
Maybe they have. Some just fall.
Yes.
What fell?
Who cares? It didn't affect us.
Not yet. So I'm like, where's that thing? Oh, it fell and broke.
Anyway, Folsom Lake out in California has dried up a lot this year, or lately, and they actually found an old town that was like there where the lake is now. I'll have to look this one up real quick.
We're talking old, like, 1,000 years old, a couple of 100 years old, that kind of deal?
Well, I mean...
Or there used to be a lake, but now is a town. Which one is it?
Oh, there used to be a town. Now there's a lake, but the lake dried up, so there's none. There's neither. They're both gone.
Nice.
Why am I Googling Google?
I don't know. So what's this have to do with Johnny Cash?
This is just a segue.
Into what? What are we segueing to?
Folsom Lake.
Oh, okay.
You can't really talk about it while I look for it because you don't
I don't know about it. Now just sit there and watch you Google. And all the pressure
Mormon Island, that's what it's called.
Mormon Island. And where is it? California?
These are a bunch of lame, terrible pictures of it.
Wow. But you know what's funny?
There's no like story to read about it. It's just a bunch of pictures.
Oh, okay. Well, viewers can't see that.
Here,
let's go back to our screen.
Yeah, all right.
I
just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, but if you go,
it's like Atlantis, but
yeah, but if you get
with Mormons,
they have stuff like
less
that.
Interesting.
They have stuff like that all over the world. Like for example, in Romania, not far from where my dad grew up, a little village called Scheafnocker, which means like I guess rounded creek.
I can't pronounce that.
Scheafnocker.
I'm not gonna try.
Say Scheafnocker.
I don't want to say
creek.
that.
You don't want to say that?
No. I can't say it.
Anyway, so
that was very incognito.
There was, of course. So there was another village not far from where he grew up that was flooded on purpose. They flooded it to put in a lake and everything. So they did the same kind of thing there. China, oh geez, about 10, 12 years ago, China took out a big giant portion of the mid-center area region of their country, and they flooded it all. And they opened up big canals so the ships can come directly in, like through the, like down the Pacific, and go like into heartland China. But China's doing all kinds of crazy shit, man. They knocked down, I don't remember the exact number, it was literally like 1,600 or 1,200, a couple of hundred mountains, completely leveled them up in the northern China, and they're putting in a gigantic city, like a huge metropolis that's going to fit like 20 million people and shit. And
it's kind of scary.
Well, it is when you think about it.
Changing the
they're changing the ecosystem, And I think to myself, like, all right, that's all cool. And actually, a friend of mine and I, we got into a debate about this, because I'm like, well, that should change things, because where the area is located is, I believe, wasn't that far off from the Pacific. So the winds coming, east from the west were slowed down by the big giant, all those mountains, and the trees and everything else. But if you level it out, now that there's nothing to stop that wind, so it's going to go into the Pacific at a pretty high rate, where really now it hits the Pacific and there's nothing to slow it down there. So I'm fully expecting higher than normal winds in Canada and North California and areas like that, Washington. That
must be a lot of surface area on those mountains to affect it that much.
Well, you'd be amazed at how much how much those mountains do to slow things down. I mean, that's one of the reasons we don't have too many tornadoes and hurricanes here in Pittsburgh. We've had them, but it's never been any higher than an F1.
I haven't seen any.
Well, there was one. You know what the funny thing is? No, back I want to say like 94 or 95. I was,
there's no such thing as tornadoes. Actually,
tornadoes? Yeah, they don't exist. Just the fiction of Hollywood and the Wizard of Oz, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Special effects at its finest. Back, I want to say it was like 94. I kept telling my friends, I was like, yeah, Pittsburgh's a great place, with the three rivers and everything meeting for whatever reason,
Because that never happens anywhere else.
You don't get tornadoes here, right? We don't get tornadoes. Sure enough, dude, like 6 months later, there was an F1 tornado that hit Pittsburgh, threw some trains off the tracks and destroyed some property and stuff up on Mount Washington.
I heard F1 tornadoes can corner a lot faster than just regular.
Yeah, they
regular
can.
tornadoes.
Yeah, they're fast, man. Usually brought to you by Marlboro. It says Marlboro right on it.
It's like a sticker that just floats around it.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Marlboro tornado. So
that's a good way to advertise your company, is to
awesome,
wait for a
man.
tornado and just throw a bunch of advertisements at it. And
No balloons. Balloons. Let them loose.
They'll just throw like
You never
the
know when it ends
advertisement
up.
straight into somebody's
Business
house.
cards.
Yeah.
Dude's dead with a fucking business card stuck in his forehead. That's my.
It's like a mortuary service. Business card.
That's right. We're thinking outside the box, I think.
We're giving people
As
new,
it's hot.
innovative ideas.
Someone's gonna run with these. Like, oh, this is a great idea.
I think this has been up long enough.
What else?
What
Oh,
a-
yeah. Yeah, put Attila and Bryan back up there, because I like it like that. 2 T's, 1 L. Yay! So what else is new in this world?
I don't know.
What else is
I'm
happening?
doing this. You talk.
I talk? Okay.
This is a show.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Hopefully
It's supposed to flow a lot better than this. This is actually
Well,
pretty
it
awesome.
would actually. If we had a guest, it'd be even better. So we will get again. We will have guests. We're just still sort of testing. So if you happen to see the last little podcast, we moved the camera. Now I'm not showing off. I know you can see all that. We didn't aim it there to show it off. Bryan this was like the only viable corner area of the room. So, but those happen to be all my powerlifting trophies from back in the day. And then there's that one over there. That's actually that's it wasn't NASCAR, but told me to put it there.
You're not supposed to read it.
Oh, I'm not? Okay. All right. That one I got in a mini Grand Prix that was down at Station Square? Market Square? Station Square. I was getting too confused. Station Square. Where
They both have square in it,
It does, yeah.
which is what you are if you don't watch this show.
Absolutely, man. But it had the old Woodsons and everything there, so it was really cool, man. They had a track set up. It's a big giant parking lot, so they had the track set up with rubber tires and stuff. And literally, like about a dozen corporations had little Formula One cars, but they were like go-karts. But they moved, dude. They moved like 35, 40 miles an hour for a small region. That was pretty fast, you know.
That's actually not very fast for a fast go-kart.
Well, whatever it was. I don't remember the exact speed, but they moved.
Probably
is
60
what I'm
miles
saying.
an hour.
Okay, could be.
Maybe.
But whatever
really
it was.
light.
But what I'm saying is the track itself, it's not like you had long stretches of straightaways. You know, it was tight. So these cars, I mean, it was fun, man. And I was the guy actually in the pit who like held the little sign, you know, the long pole with the sign at the end of it that had like, you know, Hell South, because that's who I was helping at the time. And so like I was the marker for where the little car had to pull in to have the tires rotated and all that stuff. You know, more fuel added. So it was cool, man. That's as close as I got to a Formula One, even though that's nowhere near. Because my dream is, man, and I don't know why I never got into this, but I believe that I should have been a Formula One driver.
Me too.
I freaking love speed. I love speed. I don't care if it's on ground, air, water, wherever it is. I don't give a shit. I like speed. And Formula One, man, I just can't imagine like a better rush than that. And somebody actually posted on Facebook. What did they post? She posted something like, you know, if you could go back and, you know, choose a different career path or whatever, you know, what would you be? And I was like, Formula One driver.
It's probably, yeah, the best job ever to have.
Well, it's definitely one of them. I mean, there's just certain ones that I really, really love. That would be a cool one. I think being an astronaut would be awesome. Although it would be like a dick tease. You know, because it's like, okay, so I get to sit up here and float up above the Earth, and I can see the moon, and I can see, you know, the galaxy much more clearly.
I can see the moon at night.
Yeah,
I don't even need
but,
to be in space.
Yeah, but up there, it would be like, be nice and clear.
I mean,
You know?
you're like that much closer to it when you think it's
Yeah, but
scale.
you don't have atmosphere getting in the way. You have a
That's
perfectly
true.
clear view of it, you know. So that would actually.
And you can just look down at the Earth.
You could. You'd be like, little people. Bitches.
I don't think you'd be able to see people individually from up there.
What if I threw a penny?
From space?
From space. First of all, it will burn up in the atmosphere way before it gets in.
Not if you put a protective coating of anti-atmosphere on it.
I'll atmosphere. I'll cover the shit out of it in Vaseline. Like I'll take a Vaseline bottle, take all the Vaseline out, stick a penny in the middle, and throw it down.
So the Vaseline
It'll pick up
burn.
speed as it gets through. Anyway, yeah. So being an astronaut, I think, will be awesome. But it would have been really awesome if you could have been part of like any of the Apollo missions back in like the '60s, the late '60s.
How about an
early 70s.
interplanetary Formula One driver?
Well, that's just awesome. But you know that hasn't happened yet. But you know what? I was thinking about things that you know, like I'm working. You know, I'm doing the around the world thing that I'm putting together, which is going to include, and this is where we're going to lose all our viewers. Oops, sorry about that.
No, that stuff's going to lose our viewers.
That's right.
When we get super conscious of what's going on around us.
Exactly.
We need to just talk.
Talk. No, but you know, I'm doing actually, Brian's coming with me. We're going to do the around the world thing where I'm going to swim from New York, and this is where people go, what? From New York to either Portugal or Spain. All right, then I'm going to hand cycle from there.
We actually got a viewer.
Nice. I'm going to hand cycle
hurry.
across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, and then I'm going to kayak down from Japan to down to Hawaii, then from Hawaii to LA, and then hand cycle back from LA to New York. About a 4-year trip, probably, give or take. But why did I bring that up?
I don't know.
We were talking about cool things to do.
Oh, interplanetary Formula One.
Oh, right. So I always think about
gives a whole new meaning to
thing.
the space race.
It sure does. But I always think about like outside of the box thing that I think at one point somebody will do, you know. And one of them, I think, at some point in the future, you will have a human being who's going to use like some sort of a jetpack, okay, and will fly literally from Earth to the moon with just a jetpack. By this time, we will have the moon colonized and all that shit. But it's going to happen, and I think it's going to be the
Your
most
children's
awesome.
children might be alive too.
Yeah, but it's going to be the most awesome trip ever. I mean, if you could fly out, you know, out of the Earth's atmosphere and whatnot with a jetpack, obviously you're going to have like
Sponsored
a
by
protective
Red Bull, of course.
Yes, of course.
Funded.
But obviously you're going to have some kind of protective suit and all that shit so you can get through.
No,
all that
I
stuff.
just do it. I just do it like
just
this.
just the way it is, Superman. But I think that would be
In fact,
awesome.
I might even wear less.
But think how cool would that be? How freaking awesome would that be? Just in a jetpack, and you're like, all right, I'm out of here.
I mean, it'd be a lot cooler than, you know, going to the grocery store and getting some bread.
You think?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But I can't think of anything that would be more
It'd be
fun.
cooler than jet skiing.
Well, but first of all, it would be a very lonely trip. Because the moon is what, like 176,000 miles from here, so you'll be traveling at that, you know, what, maybe.
Yeah, that's
You'll be
pretty.
traveling at a pretty high speed to get there, you know. So
You'd have to have a really good mathematical trajectory for that.
Yeah, of course. But it will happen. At some point, it will happen. The technology will come along where something like that is going to be possible, and someone's going to do it, you know. And you know, so it'll be exciting when you leave and everything. But then once you hit space, dude, like I can't think how you could possibly be more.
I don't think I'd be thinking about
that-
anything else other than, holy crap, I'm in space right now with a jetpack.
Yeah, and if anything goes wrong at all, anything in the slightest bit, you know, you're dead. Obviously, that's the one cool thing about space. Like something goes wrong, you're dead. You don't have to worry about anything else. You're dead.
How's that? That's the one cool thing? Like,
Yeah,
there's
I mean-
nothing else cooler than,
Well,
you know...
you're not going to be stranded on an island somewhere, living by yourself, saying "Wilson," banging a volleyball for for pleasure. You know, I mean, you're just dead.
That's the
period.
untold story.
Wilson and the volleyball. Or well, Wilson was the volleyball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so if something goes wrong, you're dead. That's the end of it. You don't have to worry about anything else. You just go back to being your photon self and float about the universe. Hey, dog, do you mind? We're doing a show.
Yeah, dog.
Now that sounds like Noodles or Shelby or maybe both. So, anywho.
Watch them not be able to hear it at all.
What, the show?
No, the dogs.
The dogs.
No, they
oh,
probably
now
can't.
they're all
Yeah, no,
going.
yeah,
Oh, my
that's-
God.
that's loud.
Obnoxious. That's the one thing. Out of all the animals, that's the one thing that drives me crazy is dogs barking. I don't know why. It just gets under my skin. And you know what's funny? when I was a kid, we had two dogs that would like sit out here and bark, and it didn't bother me for some reason when I was young. And my neighbor Jason would be like, "Shut up!" He'd yell at the dogs. Now I'm the guy going, "Oh, I hate dogs." What's going on over there? You're typing stuff. He's typing stuff.
Told you not
Oh,
to pay
Attila
attention to
Bryan,
it.
yay! Spell my name right and everything. Giggity.
I just don't look at this at all.
Don't look at what? What am I supposed to look at? I'm tired of looking at you.
Look at the ceiling.
Well, it's rude if I'm looking at the
Just
ceiling.
picture there. Picture an actual ceiling there.
A finished one.
Yeah.
Nice. So, yeah, so anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, what did I watch the other day? I watched Godzilla. I know I'm late to that shit, but I haven't seen it yet. So
I mean, that's pretty recent.
Did you see
what,
Godzilla?
Like 100 years ago, I think.
What?
What, the new one?
Yeah.
There's a new one?
Well, I mean,
Are
it
there
came
like
out like a
3 new
year ago or whatever, 9 months ago or something like that.
I haven't seen it.
No, it hasn't been. It came out.
I don't go to the movies, you know. I just kind of exist.
You exist. I like
Yeah.
movies. Anyway, I would say Godzilla was okay. It was a lot more hype than actual substance. I'm glad they stuck to. Here's my thing, though. Okay, for some reason, they took Godzilla, and Godzilla now had to attack like in San Francisco. He went off to fight these 2 cockroach monsters. I don't know what they were.
You can't kill those.
Well, Godzilla did.
Oh.
It was actually pretty cool. I killed the one. But so of course they had to meet in like San Francisco, and all I could think is like, you know, all the Godzilla movies, the Japanese ones, they all took place in Tokyo. Like Godzilla is always either destroying Tokyo or saving Tokyo from some other monster that's trying to destroy.
I mean, where else would
Godzilla's
they have
usually
done it?
destroying.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
You know, Tokyo, just anywhere in Japan. You know, so.
I was trying to say, where else could they have done it other than Tokyo?
Right. Well, they could have. I mean, they could have just done it anywhere in Japan. Maybe Okinawa.
They could have done it in the Philippines.
They could have. Okay. But my point being, not in America. But anytime the Americans have, like, we make a Godzilla movie, it always has to end up here. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I would have been perfectly fine just watching Godzilla destroy Tokyo. It would have been just as riveting to me. Like, I know it's a movie. I'm not going to sit on the edge of my seat going, oh my God, it's San Francisco, all right? Let me call my friends there, make sure that everybody's okay. You know what I mean? It's like, just stick to the story. Quit making everything about America in the movies. Godzilla should be, like, about Tokyo and just Japan in general. So let's leave it there. It kind of started there-ish. Actually, it did start there. But like I said, like every other movie we make, if we make a remake or whatever, it has to end up here in America somehow. In fact, one of those cockroach monsters even destroyed Las Vegas.
What if they came to Pittsburgh?
No, we have too many hills.
I think Godzilla could probably... It's just a giant
Godzilla
monster.
gets stuck trying to swim through the rivers. They're not that big. Godzilla's like I don't know what he is. He's not really a lizard. He's just a big Godzilla.
Dragon?
So anyways, I watched that.
No.
What else did I watch?
Lizard
I watched 300 Rise of an Empire.
It's a reptilian shapeshifter.
Did you see 300 Rise of an Empire?
No.
Did you see 300?
Yes.
You did? Okay. So did you like that? Bloody, gory, cool stuff. This is Sparta.
This is Sparta.
This is like it. It's like it. So if you like 300, you're gonna like 300 Star of an Empire. Ava Green, by the way, has become my favorite actress. I freaking love her. She's awesome. She's got great brains. She's good in everything I ever see her in. Whether she's playing like, and she has her range kills me because she can like play, you know, the coward and being afraid or whatnot, and then she can be like a real strong woman, and then she can be a
like in what?
Complete psychopath.
What do I know her from? I don't know her name. Well, I do know her name, obviously.
Okay, well, she was in that movie that I was talking about. What else? She's in a bunch of stuff. You could Google her.
IMDb.
What was it? That's right, IMDb. What's the other? There was a TV show, Penny Strong, Penny. Blah, 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 blah. What the hell is the show?
What's the name?
Ava, EVA, Green. It's in the color. She's fantastic. She's like.
Just look at her.
Huh? Oh, she's cute. But the best part is, man, you have to see 300 Rise of an Empire because if nothing else, if in nothing else, okay, that movie will convince you that she's a freak in bed. She is definitely a freak, which I like. I'm a big fan of freaks in bed. She's wild, man. But aside from all that, man, like I said, she's got great brain. She's cute. She's a great actress. I would be, you know, we got to get her. Let's find her.
Get her on the show?
Yeah, we'll get her on the show. I mean, one of two things is going to happen. Either, A, one of us is going to get arrested and we'll get great publicity, or B, she'll actually agree to be on the show.
And we'll get great publicity. It's a win-win situation.
It is a win-win. So, all right, Brian, that's your next mission.
All right.
Go get arrested for the show. I would do it, but people are going to feel bad and not arrest me. Like, that dude's in a wheelchair. We're not going to arrest him. Get that tall, skinny, blonde kid.
Well, I don't know. Might generate some hype.
Yeah, but I got to
That's more interesting than, you know.
Yeah, but I got to get beat up by the police. It's like the only way, you know, I can generate attention.
Well, that's easy. Police beat up people all the time.
Yeah, but not as many in wheelchairs, except for that one. Did you ever see the one I posted?
Yeah.
Of like the
guy,
police lady threw him out of his wheelchair.
Yeah, whatever happened to her? Oh,
someone
said, please don't do that again.
Yeah, a little slap. It was actually the most
no,
thing I've ever seen.
You don't. That's physical.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You just say, hey, don't, and then you walk away. Yeah, that's what they're.
Well, I gotta say, okay, I'll say in fairness, is taking the other end of the table, is that I have run into a couple of dick cops in my life, but I've never been beaten up by the police. I've never been shot at by the police. I've been illegally searched, and I didn't know because I was like 19, so I didn't know my rights at 19. You know, if he would have tried that shit now, it would have been a little different.
What rights?
Exactly. But you know, you know, I've never been really mistreated, and for all in all, I think most cops are pretty reasonable as long as you don't act like a jackass. You know, in my experience.
Yeah, pretty much, except for all the ones that like.
Well, you get assholes, all right. You get assholes who have a badge, and you know, they tend to be rookies. You know, they got that badge now, so they think they're a tough guy or whatever, you know, so they like to boss people around. But you get that in every profession. I mean, you find, like, people who usually have, like, go on power trips, end up like politicians, cops, teachers, you know, positions of power, judges, shit like that, you know, so. How about that, did you see another, speaking of positions of power, did you see that other woman who was just recently, I guess, arrested for banging her 18-year-old student?
What's wrong with that? He's 18.
That's what I said. But apparently, I mean, he was.
That's like kudos.
I said, well, why didn't that shit happen to me? You know what I mean? Like that would make a great chapter in my book. You know, I couldn't be that lucky. And you know what? The funny thing is about these female teachers, they're usually cute. I haven't found like I haven't seen.
I never had any good-looking teachers.
Oh, I've had quite a few. I had my voice teacher at Duquesne University was so hot. And she was only like 5 years older than me, man. Oh my
God. Now that I think about it. But I won't talk about that now.
Yeah. But yeah, college gets a little strange, man, because you know sometimes you have the professors who are like barely older than the students. But no, this one I forget which high school, like East Allegheny or something.
I mean, what's the crime there? Like what?
Well, she's a teacher, right? She was.
That's not fraternization.
Well, it is because I mean, I don't know if that would be the exact term, but the fact that he's still in high school, even though you know, which is kind of weird because like when I was in high school, I was 19 when I graduated as a senior because I was held back a year when we moved from Romania to Austria. And then my parents wanted to hold me back like another year when we moved here. And I'm like, no, I'll be like 20 by the time I graduate and shit. No. But, so anyway, so I was 19, but when I was in high school, I dated girls who were like 15 and stuff, you know, 15, 16. And I always thought to myself, like, how come that's all right? But then if a 19-year-old who already graduated high school is seeing a 15, 16-year-old high school girl, then it's like an offense. You know what I mean? Like that's a very gray area, you know. But again, you know, with this teacher,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't really.
But she was apparently she was like the rowing or canoeing coach or whatever it is at East Allegheny, something like that. She was a coach, which is I don't know. Is that a normal thing nowadays to have women teach the men's whatever sport it might be? Is that a normal thing? That's never like I graduated high school in '87, and I don't recall ever having a female coaching males or.
Is it just strictly males that are being coached?
No, you had men. Well, back when I was in high school, yeah, like all the coaches were males who coached the males. I don't recall. I'm not saying that it didn't exist. There was nowhere in the United States that such thing existed. I'm just saying that I didn't know about it. But you had men like coaching girls softball or stuff like that. But I've never seen it the other way around, so I don't know if that's just a newer thing. Because like they're like trying to blur the line between men and women all over the damn place. So like what used to be unacceptable in my era now is like completely acceptable. And if you do blur it, I mean, these are the kind of things I think that can happen. I guess, I mean, this would be one good reason to not have, say, women coaching a young men's team when guys are all hopped up on testosterone at 18 running around with their pecker just hard like 90% of the times. And here's like, and of course, she's cute, like in all cases, So now you got an attractive female teacher who looks to be maybe 4 or 5 years older. She didn't look very old herself. So I don't know.
I have no clue what's going on right now.
Well, it's one of those scenarios.
I don't know what.
It's one of those
I asked
scenarios.
what the law was earlier, and you just went off.
Because she was arrested for it.
Yeah.
So
no,
I
guess
guess
the legislation that.
I guess it is that he's still in high school. I guess that's what the deal is, that he's still in high school. So I don't know if you're like 25 and.
What if it's a teacher from a different school?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
We're taking callers.
I see.
I don't have a number.
I'm a guy, so I don't really. All I can think is like high five to the dude. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool, man.
Wait, which one was the one that got arrested?
The woman.
The teacher.
The teacher, yeah. It's always the teacher who gets arrested. But it always feels creepy.
I bet it would have been a lot different story if it was a male.
Right, and
teacher.
I was just about to get that though. It's always creepier when it's the other way around. Because number one, the guy always seems to be older, like a lot older. Like usually when I see these guys, they're always like in their mid-30s or something, And the girl's like
it's reverse.
The girl's like 16 or 17. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school, but to me that just seems more creepy. Maybe it's just like the protective gene. Well, yeah, but maybe that's just a protective gene in the guy to want to protect the women. You know what I mean?
It's sexual dimorphism.
It's just saying like
that's an actual thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Google it.
Is that something you suffer from, or?
No, it's
not you.
Different. The physical differences between.
Oh yeah, well that's a real thing, obviously. That's why they call it the birds and bees. Although I don't know which one's the bird and which one's the bee.
Since when did birds start having sex with bees anyway?
I don't know, but
I never actually heard the birds and the bees, like, and nobody ever told me that story.
How's the song go? Like, let me tell you about the birds and the bees, flowers and the trees, whatever, some BS. It's like an old, I think, 50s tune.
I just never understood how that was the metaphor for, like, introducing young people to knowing what intercourse is.
I don't know. If we had a guest, an expert on that topic.
An expert on birds metaphors?
Birds and bees. That's right. Birds and bees metaphors. All right. Let's write that shit down. It's on the list of things to do.
you have the list of things to do.
I closed my laptop. The laptop is closed and it's sweaty. Nah, don't worry about it. We'll remember. We'll just watch this again.
Well, just make up your mind. Just make up your mind. Do you want to do it or not?
Well, I mean, I want to get an expert from all walks of life. I like to get experts, just get experts on the show, and then we can actually pick their brain, and that's going to be the fun thing.
We can actually talk and not just be us going back and forth.
Not just us bullshitting the audience with a smile.
Because I mean, if we had Nick on, he could have told us a little bit more about that Folsom Lake thing.
He could have, but he had to go MIA.
Exactly.
He introduced himself to me, and then just went MIA. That would look bad on a resume. That's all right. So, boy, we're coming up to that hour, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Look at that. This hour almost like flew by. And this hour brought to you by us, Google Plus, I guess.
Yeah, Google Plus. We don't have any sponsors.
We don't, not yet.
It's just all us.
See the terrible towel bag there?
Yeah.
6, baby. Not Pepsi. Being a homer or anything.
We're sponsored by Pepsi now, just because I said. Yeah.
What about Wheaties, man? That Wheaties box has been sitting back there for like the last 55 minutes.
I feel like people can hear this.
They can. I can hear it in my headphones.
So go buy and drink Pepsi.
And Wheaties.
Have a heart attack, and then while you're in the hospital recovering, watch this show.
Watch the show, yes. You can actually, again...
Wait, shouldn't be Pepsi giving us money now? Because they're sponsoring us?
But I don't think that's how it works. I think they actually have to agree to give us money first, then we mention them. We're doing it wrong.
Don't buy Pepsi. It sucks. Tastes like crap.
Cherry Pepsi's alright. Stop doing that, man. Thank you.
Talking to the microphone. Whenever you're talking to the microphone, I'll stop doing this.
I don't need to. My voice carries, baby. Right? Can you people hear me? Yes. See? They can hear me. So it's all good. All right. So let's see. At what point are we going to try to get a guest? Are we going to
just talk to people? You're the social butterfly.
Oh, I am. Yes. Okay. I'll tell you what. If anybody is interested in being a part of the show, let us know, and hopefully it won't be this humid next Monday. Because
you can either drop a comment on the video or message either of us.
Yes, definitely get a hold of us. I'm very easy to find. Attila Domos. You know what? We should probably put
your website up there.
Yeah, definitely put my website in there.
Oh wait, just 2.
You put in like 15 T's. 2 will do. .com. All right. Looks right to me from here. Let's see when it comes up.
I pressed enter. I got to do this.
Yes. Domos. Okay, that's right. That's it.
Click on that. You can't click it because it's just. We'll do it like an annotation in the video.
Well, you can copy and paste it.
I don't think it comes up as text. It just comes up as video.
Yes, you're right. All right.
So we can do an annotation.
You have to get out these little piglets, man. Let them go to work at AttilaDomos.com. You go to my website. You find all the things. You know what I did do? I did the music for Nosferatu. In fact, Bryan here did guitars on one of the tracks. And
I just make guitar noises with my mouth.
Make guitar
actually.
noises.
It's really convincing.
It is. So anywho,
I didn't even know till now, till I just told him.
Busted yourself. So anyway, so I put that up on my YouTube page, but you can also find it on my website under I think Filmmaker or whatever. But I took the old 1922 horror classic and mixed it with, what would you call it? Like industrial / pop /
techno stuff.
Yeah, it's like a hodgepodge of things, but
acoustic
modern
guitar
music
stuff.
for sure.
That was really only that one scene.
What?
The acoustic
at the beginning,
guitar.
Yeah. Well, no, their acoustic guitar runs throughout, but that was
several different electronic genres.
Yes. So basically, what I did is I took like old analog film and mixed it with like digital sound and meshed the two of them together, and like I say, they made sweet love, and this was the final product, man. So check it out. It's actually called Attila Domos Presents Nosferatu. So if you're a fan of the horror genre or the old classics, check it out.
Or techno.
Or techno. You don't have to be a fan of techno. I think the music actually fits the scenes really well. Most of them. Actually.
Well, I mean, it should, because that's what you made it for.
I did. Well, you know why I did it?
Nope.
Because.
Yes. No.
Because I'm not the first person to do this, but every version I've ever found was weird. People would just get real weird with the music, you know? Like they would do like a cello quartet, and they would just do all these real strange chords, and you know what I mean? Like that's all they would do throughout the whole movie. And I'm going, well,
why not just make something melodic and nice?
Yes, and cool and fun, and some that some people can dance to. I mean, certain scenes have danceable music and shit, So like my thought was this would be really cool in a freaking club, So with just the music blaring and all the videos got Nosferatu on and going along with it, I think it would be really, really cool in a club. So that's what I did, man. I just made it for more of a house club scene, and so go see it for yourself, and if you like it, give it a like on YouTube. And
be a really hipstery thing, bringing some classic movie into like a club.
Well, bring it to a new generation, man.
And then like you can take your flannel shirts and your thick rimmed glasses and.
What you say, dog?
And your weird ear hole thing that's like absence of flesh.
Oh, that thing. Oh, did you see when they do that here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is awful. Kids, man, I don't know what the hell you're doing today. I don't need to see that when you're chewing food. That's just gross.
How do they even, you chew on stuff and just fall out?
Well, no.
How do they dip?
I think they put like a piece of glass. There's like a little see-through thing that they put in there, but it is god-awful looking. Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see someone dip with that in.
I don't want to see them doing anything. I don't want to see like the bottom of your teeth and your gums and okay. Anyway, so let's end this on a high note there.
Yeah, let's just wrap this up.
We're wrapping up the hour here, so.
All right.
Again, welcome and thank you for watching.
We're leaving.
Yeah, we're leaving.
See ya.
Okay,
Bye.
Thank you for hanging with us at the ABC show here. My name's Attila. This is.
I need to come up with a
B to the
cool
Ryan,
nickname.
like they say on Family
B to the
Guy.
Ryan.
B to the Ryan.
Because Attila's a cool name, but Brian's just average.
I don't know what's wrong with Bryan. I think it's pretty cool. So, anyway.
Brian, the ABC show.
You moved to India. People are like, oh, Bryan, yeah, that is cool. Let's not get back on India, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're
Smells.
saying goodnight. Hit the button.
All right, button,
Bye.
hit, 3, 2, 1. Thanks for watching. Peace out. It's not clicking.